Well, hello everyone. Can you hear me well? Well, let me introduce you to VisualNet. VisualNet is a film and video and TV production link. I want to summarize what we are doing. We are facing the film and TV production industry. It's a 35 billion market opportunity. We are addressing the industry of production of films and television programs, also the commercials and video production. This VisualNet, we think that we have a potential to create, to build a 100 million business. And to summarize where we have, I'm going to explain to you why we are going to move from the directory we have now to a proven monetization strategy, going from the directory to the advertising business model to the transaction business model. We are looking for $400,000, and it's an investment that will be leveraged by almost $1 billion, $2 million with no additional dilution, with grants from the Spanish government. Well, our industry, the film industry, how it works, it's a very fragmented market and very efficient market. The production industry is still in the Stone Age. There are two sides of the industry. One side is the producers, the other side are the vendors, the producers. When producers is going to make a film, they have to subcontract almost everything. They have to subcontract the studios, the cameras, the post-production services, the crew, everything. And they do now this kind of procurement process in a very old-fashioned way. They have to phone everyone, they have to look for the companies, they have means to discover new prices and new companies, and they have a low leverage at the moment of the negotiation. So they end up overpaying the services. This industry is made by, only in the USA, by about 115,000 small companies. 80% of the companies have less than 10 employees. And these companies, these 150 companies, most of them are vendors, and they are trying to sell things to the producers. And the producers and the vendors, they find that it's very difficult to them to get visibility. It's very expensive to them to automate the procurement process, the selling process to the production community, and no way to automate the process. And this is why in VisualNet we believe that we can create this platform that can join producers and vendors. And why? Because we know everyone. We know everyone in the industry. And best of this, everyone in the industry knows us. Because we have the best directory in the world right now. We have in VisualNet, we are the site number one in the field. And we have had this last year 5 million visitors, which is a huge amount of people in this niche market that we provide. We have served almost 40 million pages and 60 million impressions. We have the largest directory in the market. We have 118,000 companies, but it's not a passive directory. It's a Web 2.0 directory. So every company that we have in the directory, they have applied to be part of the directory. They are using the directory to promote their company, and so they use extensively the directory. In the audience, we have 20,000 producers who are using the directory every day, looking for the sources. So we have in the best position to take this market and to provide service to the market, because we know everyone, and everyone knows us and uses our system. We have a huge market penetration, and we have our main focus is in the US, where we have 70,000 companies, registered companies in the US, but in some areas like Los Angeles, we have now more than 80% of penetration of the market. So there is almost every company in Los Angeles, in Hollywood, are using this net for their procurement. Well, we have this directory, and we are now in this position because we know the two sides of the market. We have the vendors and we have the producers, and we want to automate this 40 billion marketplace. And the way we are doing that is in two ways. One is we have created a SaaS inventory management system that allows the vendors to manage their inventory and to publish the products in the marketplace. And on the other side, in order to accelerate our access to the market, going faster to the market, we are going to develop a regulatory system that it will work in these 5 steps, very simple 5 steps process. We are going to complicate the process and automate the process in later stages, that the producer can make a request of what they need, and this one we can distribute the request to all the vendors we have in the directory, and the vendors who have availability can make a bid to the producer, and the producer can select the best offer, and in less than 24 hours make the transaction. For the producer, we are not going to take any money. It's going to be free for them, so there is no risk for the producers. And we are going to take an average 10% commission from the vendors. So it's a win-win situation for everyone. For the producers, we are facilitating and we make their life easier. And for the vendors, we are going to create a new sales channel for them. It's very important this way of work, because you know when someone, a producer is going to make a production, they're going to spend a lot of time making fun, adjusting the scheduling of the filmmaking, the film shooting, and everything, to put everything, the equipment, the crew in place. And every time Angelina Jolie has a headache, they have to move everything, to change everything. So to have a system that allows them to rechange, reschedule everything in the process and renegotiate every single procurement process is a big advantage for them. Well, the initial steps we have now, we are today, we are the leading directory, we have these 180,000 listings and this huge audience. And what we want to do is to move this connect. We are already in Los Angeles, to open an office in Los Angeles, to monetize the directory, and to put the marketplace in Los Angeles, where we have 28,000 companies. And then once prove the business model of the marketplace, which we think we are in the best position to do that, and then run fast for the CDSA. We have aligned several VCs in the US, very big VCs, interested in following us in the CDSA. So it's a very interesting opportunity for investors now. And with the CDSA, obviously we want to ramp up the marketplace and build around this audience we have, with our community, vertical community around this one. So we are looking for this 400,000 US dollars, 300,000 euros more or less. In this round, we are going to match this with, we are going to have 1 million euros in the equity and the grants. We have secured now the NISA grant in Spain, and we are in the process of getting the grants for the another very important grant in Spain. We are going to have these model of two companies, the Israeli model. One in engineering here in Barcelona, and the commercial operations, marketing operations in Los Angeles. And we want to monetize the directory, improve the marketplace, generate early traction, and go to the CSA. Our financial projections are very, very ambitious because we want to take a dominant position in this marketplace as soon as possible. And thank you. That's it.
Now we are going to open 7 minutes for questions. I have one. You plan on modernizing the
Well, there are there's a participative roles. So we will have to call back the money.
How do you plan on using this investment to modernize your project?
Well, first we have to make some improvement in the development of the platform. The platform is already online. You can use it. You can check it out. It's working now. And we have traction. We have more than 50 companies using the system to manage the inventory. Then we need to go to the US. We need to open an office in Los Angeles because it's our main market. More than 60% of our audience come from California. We have in Spain, for instance, 4,000 companies, but we have 28,000 companies in Los Angeles. So our market is there. And so we have to open an office there, to build a sales force there, because it's a business to business. So we have to actually sell. We have a upsell strategy from the telemarketing and upsells from the standard listing, the directory, the private listings, to advertise to the transaction model. And the most important thing, to be very close to our clients, to the users, to try to prove the marketplace, to get the least transaction, and then from there go to the next step.
You are planning, of course, it's a very huge market, it seems. But what do you have that your competitors don't have? What are the barriers of
well, we have another. There are several competitors. We have direct competitors. We have first. We are the most global director. In the film industry and the television industry is becoming more and more global. People are shooting in different places, so it's a global industry, and we are the global director. And we are the director has more listings. The next competitor has the half of listings we have. So the next competitor has 60, and they don't have the vision of the marketplace. The directories, mostly of them, they are directories that have come from the paper. So they don't have this vision of our marketplace. So this is our main advantage.
You have 7 minutes. Is there any questions?
You said you have more than 100,000 companies already in this room.
Yes.
Did you buy any other directory?
No.
So how did you manage those companies?
Because the word of mouth. We are very effective. The producers are using this one to look for resources. And I think that every company that wants to start a business in this business, one of the big things they know they have to do is to apply to this one and some other directories. So it's the word of mouth.
About your first contact with the clients, how did they knew about your company? How did your clients knew about your company in the first place? How was the first contact between you and the US customers?
It was spreading. We started in Spain, and it was organic. They were spreading, and almost immediately, the Los Angeles, the California community started to use this for very quickly. So we are very happy. When we make for instance, an email campaign to our customer base, when we started to send the campaign in Spain, we started to have, or in Italy or England, feedback from the companies in 24 hours the next day. In California, when we started the campaign, we started to get feedback few seconds. So this is our power in the market.
You said you have like 5 million visitors at
Yes.
your portal, and you make money based on transactions between the producers, film producers.
No, still we are looking to sell this platform And to start, we are in a pre-revenue in the marketplace. So the plan is to have revenue and to prove the marketplace. Okay?
Yes, but it is not already a marketplace. Have you tested already?
No, there are no transactions still. We are starting with the inventory management from the vendors in order to get this critical mass of products. But we are going to make this aggressive strategy to build this RFQ system in order to attack the market in a fast pace. But it's not built this. So it's something we are going to do in the next step.
But are there competitors that is already?
No, we are the first ones.
First one.
Yes.
And, are you sure that it will work with that business model?
We've been talking with several producers, very important producers in LA, here in Spain, of course, in Europe, but in LA we have producers from the NBC, from the Paramount, from the different independent companies, production companies, and they all say the same. Price is everything. If you can bring me, you can show me better prices for the equipment, I will buy from you. So for them it's very important, not only to discover new prices or discover people think, but this time-consuming process, looking for availability, products that they want to phone and see if it's available or not. And when everything changes because the Angelina Jolie has this headache, and you have to move all the production set to the next week. This process is very complicated. If you can make the life easier, we got it.
Those 5 million visitors, what kind of visitors are there?
Producers, mainly. Producers, production managers, production executives, looking for sources, looking for vendors. So we got them.
For how long have you been building this?
The directory has been on the market almost 10 years, but now we are with this idea of the marketplace. We have taken this directory and we are going to put in motion the directory because the directory business model is a very interesting directory. A good business model, very old business model. It's a maybe 2 billion business model, but it's not the sexy part. The sexy part is the marketplace. Is to take this 40,000 million marketplace and start to play with it.
How did you survive those 10 years?
Well, it was a vital directory. So I invested a lot of money for myself, for friends and family, and we were waiting for the good moment, the best moment to launch this. The environment for the .com companies in the mid these last years was very toxic, and until the last 3-4 years it was a good moment, and we were waiting to have this critical mass of companies in the US. And now, well, we have the passions to wait, and we have the market, and we have the position to start to.
How many people do you have in your team?
We have 4 managers in the team. We have myself. I have a long history as a producer myself. We have Jordi Vives. He has been the marketing director of the Group of Odon, one of the main publishers in Spain. Media has a group of owns televisions and so on. And we have 2 executives in Silicon Valley. Blanc Carmen has 20 years of experience running startups and running through the IPO and beyond the IPO. And Blanca and Kevin Walker, who has been Vice President of Business Development in EMC and the Geração system.
I would request you a short question. I will elaborate a little bit on the question that José was just asked. You have a nice site. You have a lot of suppliers that are happy to be listed in your site because they are hoping to receive a phone call from a producer in the future. That's their motivation to be present.
Exactly.
Have you tested how will they react when they think that they will going to receive not a phone call but a contact from a website, and they will be competing, they will have no possibility to bargain online, things that they should be very good at. So they will be changing from a situation in which they can bargain on the phone to a situation in which they will be.
The reaction for them is that when we explain the system, okay, you are going to receive from us, starting to receive everything. they have mixed emotions on this. First, they are very happy because they don't know. One of the problems of the vendor is that they don't know when a production is putting in motion, starting in motion. So they don't know when a producer needs. When they know that a film is starting to shoot, it's too late for them. So, in order, if they have the opportunity to know before who is starting to prepare the production process, it's very useful. Then, you're right. And this is our main competition. Our main competition is the status quo. The way they work. They have been working this way 50 years. So, they have to change the way they are working. This exchange, they will have to set a price. And after the users call them, they can make this little negotiation, but we are going to be the agent. So anyway, we are going to take the commission, even if they negotiate at the last moment.
Thank you. Wish you good luck. It seems to have a great market. So good luck.
Thank you very much.
Now we are calling Mr. Daniel from Tipologia.
Hello, my name is Daniel and I want you to know a few interesting facts about TipMeet, where I am founder and CEO. First, I have to ask audience about: have you ever got advices or consultations? Probably something else. I mean, short talk with a specialist. To clear something, to clear in details, maybe about VAT, taxes, or to clear technical details about your business project. I think everyone here. And let's imagine, maybe somebody here have an elevator pitch today afternoon and want to excellence it. What are you going to do? Probably try to find business coach for half an hour. Simply get his point of view and to excellence yourself. What else? Imagine maybe you have a 1 hour break, half an hour break somewhere in the airport. What are you going to do? Probably laptop, check email, maybe Facebook, Twitter, something else. But I give you an idea. Try to improve yourself. Try to excellence maybe in foreign languages. Maybe Spanish, English, or Chinese. I don't know, Ni Hao. What about you? Okay, but it's a bit difficult to find native speaker in Chinese right now, right here. Because 50 bit, you can do it. Okay, go on. There's a great amount of experts, consultants, and coaches around the world, and everyone consumes their services. In the United States only, this market value exceeds $2 trillion. And of course, everyone consumes services, and everyone is an expert. But where's one problem? Because firstly, you need to search an appropriate specialist. You Google Ask and Twitter try to find recommendations within your social network. Then you need to check compliance, qualifications and experience if you aim. after that, you have to mess in details where I'm going to meet, how to talk, etc. Finally, you get the consultation you needed and pay for it. Can you find that consultation here? In fact, you spend much more time searching rather than finding a solution to give you a specialist, because most of consultations are short-term. We have considered that problem and found it is possible to get consultations faster, better, and more effective. So, we created a new model. Where are you aiming? Your expectations are already reflected in social networks, where you show your preferences and get friends recommendations. Then you consult in real-time interactive communication. And finally, it's everyone's requirement to share your new experience immediately. While creating the business model, we named it. And do you know what is really fantastic? It is 10 times faster. And you have an opportunity of an immediate contact with a person who is ready to help you. And you reach that person in real-time interactive communications. And we named it as a micro-hire. Micro-hire is a process of engagement, recruiting of a person for a short period of time. And then we developed the micro-hiring platform, where any person can be hired for an immediate contact right away from the web page. Here you can reach that person in real-time interactive communication. Start live talk right here, right now on the web page. And what else can you do with one click? Get objective and credible information about the person from social networks where expertise, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, etc. And start live talk to get consultations you needed right away from the web page. No installations or downloads. Share new experience and emotions. It is an amazing opportunity for everyone who provides solutions or search for them. The only thing you have to do, use it. And when you have found something interesting, what are you going to do? Exactly. Most about it. Tweet immediately. Do it anytime you want. All major social networks are already connected to Tipologia. It is very easy to provide your own services at Tipologia. Do it the way you want. With video interaction on IP video phone, applications for Mac PC or smartphone. If you need audio only, simply forward incoming calls onto a regular or mobile phone. What about competitors? I ask you, because I know competitors, but whereas traditional service, like premium lines, if you call to premium line, maybe aircraft company, maybe somewhere else, you can go to consultations. But it is depersonalized. You don't know who talked with you. The other side. Skype is a one-side application. It's difficult to find the expert via Skype, but it's easy to communicate. It's same as a premium line. Lead person, it's a good service, but it's chat only. No video interaction, email, chatting. Maybe I don't know. What the person right now, right where I took it. And sometimes this callback, same as a premium line or Skype, as a vendor, and IT service. Yeah? Yeah, good. And we see, we're now competitors. We're going bootstrap. I'm the founder and my partner invest 1 million in this project, and we just released 2 weeks ago. And what we need? We go into 2 million, and we build one and few billion company next 2 years. Microhire market is established right here and right now. It is already reachable for everyone. If you're an expert, you don't need to look for clients. You're already searching for you. And vice versa, if you're a solution seeker, the person who can help you would be found in the place you expect. A ticket. Thank you.
If I understood correctly, you are operating for almost 1 year now.
No. We have just released. It's 2 weeks. It's the middle of January this year. We developed this project for 1 year in 2010, and we released in January this year.
January this year.
Yeah, middle of January.
You've got 1 million last year.
How does it go? You already invested 800 days, if I understood correctly from your presentation.
Yeah.
200 yes. How is it going now for the revenue? Do you have expectations of revenue? Do you already have revenue?
Our goal for next 3 months, we promote our project. We try to find more experts through social networks. We have an application for Facebook. We're ready to start right now, maybe in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And for Facebook is our customers, for LinkedIn to find the best experts, communicate themselves, to promote this project, to get critical mass next 3 months.
You didn't tell about your team and about yourself. What is your experience?
That's good. I'm originally Russian, and temporary location is Prague for the last 3 years. Our team is distributed around the world. We don't have this location right now because we're looking for next location to promote this project. Maybe it's 3 months, 4 months. There's 10 people in our team. All of them are developers. Except myself, and one person is a marketing specialist for blogging, Twitter, and to communicate with social networks. 10 people, and 9 of them developers, because last year is a development process. And that's all.
What about the business model?
Yeah. Sure. This is smaller. Yeah. We set a paid call. It's a video interaction with a person who probably give me advice right now, and I pay for this connection. Where's TipMeet? TipMeet gets commission from each paid connection. For example, I spent $20 to get advice that I need to help me to understand how to make a post, company post, blog post in Twitter with marketing specialist. And TipMeet gets 18.4% from each paid connection. And 20 minutes next 2 years, it's a gross profit of our paid connections.
I have one question about the matching. I understand that this platform is brand new. You have been just released. I can imagine, and correct me if I'm wrong, I can imagine a huge number of needs that anyone can have. So I would say that the diversity of the demand is huge. How do you address the question of having suppliers, let's call them like this, suppliers, qualified suppliers that, for example, if I want to look for someone that can provide me advice on a given area, I can have enough number of suppliers that allows me to choose and allow me to choose amongst a number of people that are scored and have been tested. So it's not just a question of how you intend to bootstrap the process, it's also a question of how do you intend to bootstrap the process and give a score to all the people that are there. I know that you refer using the social networks, but social networks doesn't give you a score in terms of the quality of the advice or the work that you have supplied. It gives you a broad knowledge about the person, not a score about the supply.
everyone is an expert. Everyone. In different areas. It's very easy because
Yes.
if
To
you
stay alive, we need
Yeah.
to be experts.
if you specialists, I think, it's a good. You rate him, give your views, and that's good. If not, you do the same. You do the same. Especially is not good. And I think for suppliers and for both sides, it's a more multi-site platform. It's enough to because that person doesn't work for Tipnet. This Tipnet is a platform for peer-to-peer communication, and it is absolutely the same as a real life. Absolutely the same. Because if I told you I am an expert, ask me. It's $100 per 1 hour. What do you think? It's absolutely the same. But here's you see. Okay, Twitter. Read his Twitter. What about this expert? You see his LinkedIn connections. You see recommendations from that person. You see maybe a Flickr about what he liked about anything. It's all of this is rates. Also customer reviews. Also rates, how many stars, about diploma. You see everything about the person. And you think, okay, that's good. Maybe you don't need qualified consultations. Maybe for you it's enough just speak with a specialist. Any area. And okay, I speak with one, next one, 3, 4, 5, 10. Okay, I know more. I'm okay, I become an expert in this area. And you're able to make a good, right decision. What's the idea? What's the model?
Any more questions? You have a great idea. It's very useful. I'm not sure how you are going to address the market that are going to promote this social business network. But it seems very useful. We wish you very good luck.
Thank you.
Now, from my office, Portuguese company.
Good morning. First, I'd like to thank Europe Unlimited and APDC the opportunity for being here presenting our innovative product. I will present a new concept of virtual office solution. So, my name is Carlos Gonçalves. I'm General Director of Havana Business Center. Talking about my company, we are a office center based in Lisbon, in the central business district, in Avenida da República João Crisóstomo, near Saldanha. We were created in 2004. We have currently 2 business centers, and our main services are office rental, meeting room rental, and virtual office. So virtual office is our core business right now. Probably most of you knows what is virtual office, but anyway, I will make a brief presentation of this concept. So virtual office is a service that is provided for companies that don't need physical space to operate. Not only small companies, but multinational companies as well. I don't know if you know, but Google and Starbucks entering the Portuguese market through a virtual office. We are talking about big companies, but they opt for a rational solution. How? Why rent an office? Why buy a office if they could enter in the business center and start to use all the facilities? Telephone attendance in the company name in Portuguese. Google enter in the Brazilian market also in São Paulo through a virtual office. So companies could use a prestige address for headquarters and branch, telephone answering in the name of company, and call forwarding. We have 4 packages of virtual office from 50 euros per month and 78 euros per month. Our unique selling proposition is My Office. It's first worldwide virtual office mobile app. It is 100% Portuguese, and it was developed by us in 2006 at the business center through front end, PC and Mac. So our clients started to use this platform in 2006. In 2010, we contract Swipewise. It's a Portuguese company that developed this application for iPhone and iPad. We are starting to, we will launch the platform for Android devices. We contract Waterdog Mobile, our partners, Portuguese partner, will be launching on March 2011, and also for BlackBerry devices, Sierra.com, company from Portugal. So, how do I access my office? As I said, my office could be accessed through a computer. We put here a login password, and then we have all the details regarding the calls, the correspondence, the fax, the messages. So we have the secretariat that answered the phone call and received the mail of the company and report this for this reserved area. It could be accessed also through PMA Box. PMA Box is a Portuguese online software. It was presented yesterday here in this event. So you have here an entrance for virtual office in this. It's a online software, management software. I have here some screenshots of the application, just to try to understand how does it work. You could make an online, free online demo through App Store. We have here, you enter through login password, we have here all the details of phone calls, and you could enter and see the date the phone call was received, the hour. You also could manage the phone call. You could forward by email, contact Avila Business Center regarding this phone call if you want to ask the secretary to book a meeting, and also delete the record. So all this fits the Apple standards, Apple guidelines. One very interesting setting that this application has is the international partnership. So we have here, we belong to an international network based in London called e-Office Network, and our clients could access to information about all the business centers that belong to the net. So through the application they could ask for details from all the business centers that belong to the network. So it's one of the most important things that, or one of the key factors in terms of innovative setting in this product. So we have here some screenshots of Android. It's the same logic, but a different layout, of course. And this is the near future. We are building My Office network. So the objective is to build a community in order to have this product available for business centers all over the world, we were contacted by some business centers. We have almost 600 downloads in App Store. We are creating this website where people could see how does it work in several devices, and they could also find business centers where they could check the availability of meeting rooms, check the availability of offices that are rented in a daily basis. So this is one of this is the objective of this My Office network. Not only exchange clients, but also give the opportunity for other business centers and for those clients to contact business centers all over the world, avoiding the hotel lobby or another kind of places more informal. So thank you very much for your attention. Feel free to ask if you want to. Thank you very much.
Is there any questions for Carlos? Okay, I have one. Carlos, you said here that there's no competitors and this is the first worldwide application for this innovation.
Yes.
Did you apply for any grants? Because there was certainly are eligible for Portuguese grants to develop the development of the application, which you already did, and to market it. Are you seeking for grants?
Sorry, because I don't
Yeah,
hear
I'm
very
seeking
so
for grants
nice
in
there.
Portugal.
You are talking about funds?
Funds, yes.
Okay. We don't have external funds for this project, so we are financing this project with our own capital.
So, just for you to know, you are eligible for Portuguese grants within this project. One other question. How much are you charging for the application to your clients? And you must certainly have the background on the market. The application seems very nice. How much are you charging? Is it the same price in the Mac application and the other phones?
Yes.
What's your payback period expected?
Yeah. I'm sorry because something happened here and I didn't say that it's one of the settings of this application is to provide notifications in real time for several devices at the same time. So the client is notified by email, SMS and push notification in mobile. I'm sorry. Regarding the prices, we are talking about 4 packages from 50 euros per month if they pay annually. We have another monthly rent if they pay quarterly, and 78 euros per month if they pay annually, and a little bit more if they pay quarterly as well. So this application is offered in our packages, and we're talking about a full package of services regarding virtual office solution. As I said, you could enjoy an office address, mail reception, call answering, fax line. So we have here my office applications. It's free. So our clients, they receive a login and password. They go to App Store. It's free download. If you want to go there, you could make a free download, and you have a login and password. Login and password to watch a demo. So my office offered as a part of a full service. For example, in this highest package, the most complete, you have here 4 hours per month of meeting room. You have notifications through SMS, so our main purpose is to provide the information in real time for our clients, wherever they are. Okay? Some of our clients, they are starting in the Portuguese business, and I think it's universal, so that's why we are finding some opportunities to make this software as a service. Okay, it's a new feature that I told you, so it's universal. Some clients are starting in the Portuguese business, and we think they want to be advised and notified in real time if a potential client contact here the Portuguese branch based in our business center.
One more question. You have the product for different platforms. Why don't you have, for instance, Windows Mobile? Is there any problem?
Windows Mobile? No. We are a small company with limited resources, and we tend to cover almost the needs of the market, and almost we are trying to follow the trend of the market. So covering Apple, Android devices, BlackBerry, as we did a survey through our clients, national and international clients. We have almost 300 clients worldwide, and we conclude that we have here 95% more or less of the market needs. We're talking about 3 Portuguese companies.
Just one question, Carlos. You referred that you have 300 customers worldwide. That's a good number. I believe most of them are customers that evaluate the fact that you have physical premises. But how many of those 300 do you have subscribed your service because of this facility of having access to their information? What I mean is, how many of them have subscribed the system without caring about the physical, about the physical premises?
Yeah. We are starting to make this survey because it's brand new, and through iTunes, it's the application that it's only working right now. We are preparing to launch on Watchdog. Will be launched here in Porto because Watchdog Mobile is a Porto company. But regarding this, on iTunes we only can see due to Apple politics. We only could see how many downloads are done and where they come from. Okay, we can see. I checked with all their from Swipe-Wise is here, and we have about 600 downloads. Most of them came from US, from India, from Saudi Arabia. Most of them are from Portugal, of course. So we are starting to do this survey because it's brand new.
I have 2 questions. I just really understood what are you presenting here. It's your business office, business center, visual business center Avila, and this is a tool to capture more clients for your business center. Or are you presenting a tool that you want to sell worldwide to enable others to set up a virtual business center?
Yeah. It's a very interesting question. When I applied to the European Limited, the organization that set up this, I said that they asked me if I'm looking for funding or if I'm looking for partnerships, and I answered that I'm looking for partnerships, of course. We offer a low-cost service. We want to differentiate from the other providers from by the cost. We are a small company. We invest in technology, low-cost technology, and we are talking about, or we find partnerships. So this, as I said, this is the near future, and the objective is to build an international network that uses my office application. Okay, through this we could could have some money by commissions, okay, and our clients, our partners could offer an application that is unique in the world, you know. So
what you want is to franchise, a kind of franchising of your model.
it's offer this application as software as a service, okay.
Looking for commercial partners.
Yes, yes. Commercial partners, business center partners, some business developers that could present this product in their countries.
Is there any more questions? Certainly have the background. It seems a very interesting software.
Thank you.
My name is I'm from Porto. I'm here to present this for you and what it does actually, and how this project really came up together. So let's get to the chase. This is the company presentation. Well, I spent all my life, it's not long for now, but I spent my grown-up life in the New School of Porto. So I done my master's and my PhD there. And so my whole life was in an academic background in intelligence, especially intelligence life. So you might wonder why the hell I'm here. So with some of these skills and several ideas and projects, two guys from engineering school decided to build up a company. So this doesn't look good for now. On top of this, there was a subprime crisis, there still is a subprime crisis, and that crisis. So all the ingredients were really together to a complete disaster. But okay, let's try to build a company in such a scenario. So in a contextualization for this expense reduction project, money does not fall from the sky anymore. So it's really hard to get money to finance a given project. So people just don't handle money anymore. Banks don't handle money anymore. So credit access is difficult, and credit costs are high enough. So we need to find internal sources of money, internal sources of financing. To do that, we propose to companies an approach that is it's completely zero risk and zero or negligible investment. The only investment that companies do with us is just to give us the time and all of the paperwork to us to build or refine their scenarios, the tech scenarios, in order to promote savings and therefore find that source of capital that companies always need. So I think this in mind. What are which are the main domains where it operates? So at first we are computer guys, right? So it's not any surprise that we tackle first data networks and landline and mobile voice solutions. So these were our Omaha beach, and we start entering the market by that and performing our initial project in detail. But clients also always ask for more, and we're happy with our results in telecommunications, so they asked us to move along. So we started to feel confident to tackle another project, still in the IT business, like hardware and software licensing, or fleet management, or security services. And more recently, we are asked to perform energy projects for travel and fuel and optimize facility services. Having this in mind, we didn't have. Oh, maybe this is better. So having this in mind, we team up with another companies so that we have the technical expertise to perform these projects as well as we did in technology. So we are a team of 4 with offices here in Porto and in Lisbon, but we have outsourced some of our expertise, especially in energy, so that we can tackle these challenges with high knowledge. So what's the service protocol? I've triggered my presentation from yesterday, and this I used to have here a full service protocol, very detailed, but I found it was more interesting to have here a fully explain what we do. So the enterprise companies have a lot of data, so a lot of paperwork that needs to be handled, and they don't have either the time or the expertise to do so. So this is really our input, and we put that in that little black box of ours. That is our model that absorbs these inputs and produces a detailed reality model. So with this detailed model, the information builds up into knowledge, and we are able to tweak those things and promote changes in the company so that savings are really acquired. So with this model, we go to the market and ask for quotes and proposals to several scenarios. One is just the actual replication of the scenario that the company has, but it was very too simple to do that. So we want to optimize either the telecommunications infrastructure or their security solution or their hardware or software facilities. So we go to the market and ask for different scenarios, quotations for different scenarios. And we compile that analysis, that scenario analysis, again with IT tools, but I will not go into that in this brief presentation. And we find savings, and we propose the savings. So what's in it for us? What's in it for easy for you? So the key features of this project is that it is a zero risk for everybody, except us. So there is no initial fee for the company. It's a fee for goals, absolute fee for goals. So we share the savings that actually the company acquires with our intervention. So there is no risk for the company for having us working with them, and we share these savings for the term of the contract. So if the contract is renewed after our intervention, 100% of the savings are for the company and not for easy for you. So it's a very transparent and straightforward process that we implement in the companies. And last but not least, there is an absolute independence with easy for you and all the suppliers. So perhaps we get zero commissions from them. We are absolutely equidistant from all the suppliers, either in telecommunications or any other domain. And probably that's not the best way to conduct business in the short term, but we believe that in medium and long term that's the right thing to do. So we have high standards of transparency and ethics in all this project. So where do we stand, and what we want to participate in this conference? So we have an average saving of 1/3 of every domain we touch. So without selling anything that is true, we are able to cut 1/3 of the bill of telecommunications, of insurance, of anything that we touch. So with the economic sector independent, so we have more than 30 projects that were concluded. So this benchmark is again not only with one company but with 30 companies, and we have more than 10 active projects right now. So in companies that are not specific centered in one economic center, so our results are sector independent and size dependent. Of course, that the bigger the company is, or the bigger our clients are, the best for us, because saving 1/3 in a small bill is one thing, but saving 1/3 in a huge bill is of course better for us. But again, it's independent from the sector or from the size of the company. So what we want now is to build partnerships, or strategic partnerships, in order to enable us to either, or it's not an exclusive or, but to expand our geographical operation, because we are centered here in Porto and Lisbon, so we operate in Portugal actually, but there is no reason why this model doesn't work across borders, and also to expand our expertise in other domains. So complying with the time, this was my last slide, so I'm more than happy to hear from you and answer your questions.
Is there any questions for Marshall? Well, I have one. Well, I like your business model about the charging of a fee instead of investment. Do you find it very hard to convince your clients to go into the private information? Because you have to put your software where the information of the company is.
Yeah, that's an issue that is completely overcome, because as you have seen, there is no name of any of our customers in this presentation. So there is a strong confidential contract that we establish with our customers. So we are not able to discuss any aspect of the project with anyone else but the client. So there is only one key point in the contract that allows us to say that the client is client X and the savings are Y%. But this is also a discount that we make in order to promote ourselves. But by default, we are not able to discuss any details, even mention our client's name. So that confidentiality issue is overcome by the rules of engagement in these projects.
And your software generates some results or advices. Do you back up those advices with the person, or it's only automatic?
It's not an automatic, completely automatic process, and it's good that it's not completely automatic. So it's a supervised process with the team members validating the results that the model gave us. But there is a lot of automation in this process. So the model, that the reality, there is a first stage that produces a strategy report, and that strategy report is 90% automated. So our work is just to build the Portuguese or the English document to present to the customer, but all the number crunching is done automatically. Also the scenario comparison is done automatically, but we have to tweak the input so that the results are valid. But all the process is validated by humans, although the big amount of number crunching is done by automatic process.
Very well. My last question. Do you personalize the application for each market, sector, or is it the same for everybody?
Well, the base model is the same, but of course that core model would not suit all the needs or all the variables in the different domains that we tackle. So of course there is another layer on top of the core that enables us to acquire all the inputs and build the output that we want in a context-aware way.
What is really your differentiating point, your unique selling proposition? What is it?
There are a couple of things that we like to think that we are different from that we're not one of the bottom, like José said. So one thing is that our business model is completely presents zero risk to our customers in any way. So they don't risk a thing. They can tell us to go away at any point of the process if they don't like our approach or what we are doing. So we assume all the risk in this way. So it's pretty much fair for everybody except us. So I know that's a little bit strange to present this to venture capitalists or any potential partner, but things went okay for us for the last 2 years. So we believe that this is the way that things go. So the fee for goals is a unique aspect that we like to believe that it is excellent for doing business. And also another important issue is that we are completely equidistant and independent from all the suppliers. So of course you get to know the suppliers because the market is relatively small, and you get in telecommunications there are not a lot of players to talk with, because you are going always to talk with PT or with Vodafone or Optimus or Oni Communications. So you get to know them, but we do not get to know personally or not go into some strange business with them. So we keep things fairly apart, and we are equidistant from all suppliers. So when you come to the customer with a scenario proposal, they know that it is the best for them and not the best for us. So we often recommend the scenario that is not the cheapest, but is the best for our client.
Just to be clear, the money you are raising is for expanding your international activities. So you have your business model presents a difficulty, that is the fact that you only receive at the end. So you have basically a working capital problem. There is no problem for venture capitalists, at least if you can generate the value that can compensate them. So do you have at this moment, how many customers do you have that you have concluded the process, and how much, on average you must extract more from those customers than you usually would extract using the business as usual model for a consulting company, because we're receiving at the end. So you are investing to receive only at the end. How many customers have you concluded this process completely, and how much have you received over what would be the, let's say, usual price for this kind of service?
Okay. So, answering the first question, we have more than 30 projects that were completely concluded, and we are earning money from that project. 30. So, and we share those savings for the periods of the contract. So we are talking about 18, 24, or even 36 months that we are sharing the savings with them. So we have raised enough capital to sustain ourselves for the next year or so, because some of these 30 projects were the first projects that, of course, are smaller and are coming to the end sooner. But we have concluded, in December, 3 medium-sized projects that will sustain us for sure for the next 2 years or so. So things are looking good right now from that perspective. I can't really tell you the difference or the gap between doing business as we do and doing business as usual with payers off. But I can tell you that our percentage of sharing savings ranges from 30 to 50% of all savings in all domains that we touch. So you get an idea and if we can cut 1/3 of the bill off, we are talking about 10 or 25% of the whole bill is due to easy for you. So you get an idea how this can be related with traditional business model.
It depends on the time of the project,
the
number of people that you, for example, if you allocate 2 consultants to work on a core problem of, for example, let's say telecommunication costs of a bank, I believe that the project will be highly profitable because you are only working with 2 persons and you are working on a big problem in terms of the amount involved. If you agree 5% reduction, it will be, so it depends.
Yes.
So on average, how much you receive per person? I think it's the
average. The average time that we spend on a client ranges, of course, with that dimension and the amount of domains. But for each domain, our typical intervention lasts for 8 weeks. 4 for building up the model, and 4 for consulting the market and building up different scenarios, and then we present the scenarios to the client. And hopefully, in telecommunications, it will be a bit more difficult when we change infrastructure, but in others, the change is immediate. But we can hope for 1 month of implementation. So we are talking about that at the whole end. The process takes about 3 months since we signed the first contract and we start to collect money from that client. And of course, we have an idea. We have 10 active projects right now with a team of 4. So there is a high degree of simultaneity that we can actually put in the system. So again, we believe that is a profitable way of doing things, and it's a more fair way of doing things instead of putting an initial fee on top of the client.
Thank you.
Thank you.